Hello everyone. Welcome back to Trigon Technics, your destination for learning technology in the simplest way possible. Have you ever wondered what actually happens after you type www.google.com into your browser and press enter? It feels almost instant, but behind the scenes, millions of operations take place in less than a second. Your browser communicates with servers located thousands of kilometers away, transfers data securely, and builds the web page right before your eyes. So today, let's explore the complete journey of a website, from the moment you press enter until the web page appears on your screen. Let's begin. Step 1 is the browser receives the URL. When you type a website address like www.google.com and press enter, your browser immediately starts working. Whether you're using Chrome, Edge, Firefox, or Safari, the browser's job is to locate that website somewhere on the internet and display it on your screen. But before searching the internet, it first checks whether it already has some information saved. Step 2 is browser cache. The first place the browser checks is called the cache. Think of the cache as your browser's short-term memory. If you've visited the website recently, some files may already be stored there. If the required data is available, the website loads much faster because the browser doesn't need to download everything again. If the data isn't available, the browser moves on to the next step. Step 3 is DNS lookup. Now comes one of the most important steps. Humans understand names like Google.com, but computers don't. Computers communicate using numbers called IP addresses. So the browser contacts a DNS server, which stands for Domain Name System. You can think of DNS as the phone book of the internet. It translates Google.com into its actual IP address and sends that information back to your browser. Now the browser knows exactly where Google's server is located. Step 4 is the request travels across the internet. Now your browser creates a request and sends it toward Google's server. This request travels through your Wi-Fi router, then to your internet service provider, or ISP, and finally across a massive global network of fiber optic cables and routers until it reaches Google's data center. Although the server may be thousands of kilometers away, this journey usually takes only a few milliseconds. Step 5 is a secure HTTPS connection. Before any website data is exchanged, your browser and the server establish a secure HTTPS connection. The server sends a digital certificate to prove its identity. After verification, both the browser and the server create an encrypted connection using TLS. This means all the information traveling between your device and the website is converted into a secure code. Even if someone intercepts the data, they won't be able to read it. That's why you see the small padlock icon next to secure websites. Step 6 is the server prepares the website. Now the server receives your request. It finds all the files required to build the web page. These include the HTML structure, CSS design, JavaScript functionality, images, icons, fonts, and many other resources. The server packages everything together and prepares the response. Step 7 is the browser builds the website. The server sends all these files back to your browser. Your browser first reads the HTML to understand the web page's structure. Next, it applies the CSS to add colors, layouts, and styling. Then it runs JavaScript to make buttons, animations, and interactive features work. Finally, it loads images, icons, and fonts. Within milliseconds, everything comes together, and the complete web page appears on your screen. So every time you open a website, this entire journey happens. Incredibly fast. Type the URL right pointing arrow, check cache right pointing arrow, DNS lookup right pointing arrow, internet right pointing arrow, secure HTTPS connection right pointing arrow, server processes the request right pointing arrow, browser builds the website right pointing arrow, web page appears. It's amazing to think that all of this happens in less than a second every time you browse the internet. I hope this video helped you understand how websites really work behind the scenes. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new, Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Trigon Techniques. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.